Okay, so maybe you are a victim, maybe you hear voices or you're a victim of EMF energy. And I'm going to tell you how it works and how to block it. There's two devices involved. One is a device that causes you to hear a voice or feel pain, and the other technology is checking an implant that's in your body to see if you are feeling the pain. And the part for the voices is definitely right here. And I'm going to prove to you this is absolutely going to work. I'm going to show you how to stop the pain. So I put this over here, blocks the voices, right? So let's say I feel pain somewhere in my body, like in my ear, because that's where I'm feeling it right now. I know I thought about this. Well, what happens if I start going like this and I start scratching all over? If my theory is right, the pain should stop, and I was right. So if I feel pain over here, which I do right now, all I have to do is start going like this and the pain goes away. And the reason why is it's exactly the way I said. They have a device that hits the nerves that causes you to feel pain. So any part of your body that you have a lot of nerves, your fingers, your lips, other places, you know where they are, that's where you're going to feel the most activity because it's the most sensitive. So you're feeling pain over here. I know that there's an implant right over here because one day it started buzzing. That's how I discovered it. Okay, so you feel the pain, you cover up this, they put another implant in me over here. I figured it out. I cover it up. You feel pain in your arm over here. I had to reinforce this. Used to use this. However, over time, it became less effective because they put a second implant in me. Figured it out. I found one day I was bleeding and there was a little bit of blood, a little tiny circle happens when you're asleep. And then the same thing happens on the other thumb. And then you cover this and the pain stops. Okay? So you're feeling pain perhaps over here in your arm because there's an implant over here. One device causes the pain in the nerve, and another device is hitting that implant to see if it's vibrating. If it's not vibrating, then the device that's causing the pain is not working. So you cover it up and they can't hit the device, or you just start going like this wherever you feel pain in your body. And what you'll notice is the pain will stop. And the reason why is because your nerve is feeling that you're touching over here and also right here in the back of the neck. That's a big one. This right here is for the back of my neck. It covers the back of the neck right under the skull, and they are hitting that to see if I feel pain. And when I cover it with this, the pain goes away. You'll notice above my eye, I have a bump on my skin. What I've discovered is those are the locations that they're frequently hitting. All of the places where I'm feeling these energy beams, there's one that's here, I have these bumps on my skin. And the bigger the bump, the more I feel the energy. There's one here, there's one on my leg, there's one over here, one on my foot. There's some, I guess it's over here. I can't really see from the camera or anything. So that's what you do. If you feel pain, like my ear bothers me, this ear over here. Okay, so you'll notice that I put some aluminum foil covering the ear because it does reduce it. And I am wearing an earplug because the earplug puts pressure on the ear canal, and you need the ear canal to hear. So when you put the earplug in, it puts pressure on the ear canal, and whatever device they're using to make your ear canal vibrate, this is preventing it from vibrating. So the pain goes away. So I feel a little bit of pain in my ear right now. All I got to do is go like this and just start scratching. Or you could pinch the skin, and the pain will go away. It goes away immediately, no delay. I first thought about doing it right here, pinching under the nose, but I didn't really understand at the time how it worked. But this was working, and I thought it was just under the nose. So my arm bothers me, and sometimes you'll see that your skin is red where you feel the pain. So I'm going to show you, this is my headband that I made. It's supposed to cover, it's not perfectly designed, but it's supposed to cover this spot right here is supposed to be covered with a coin. It absolutely works. It made a huge change in my life. So I used to get muscle spasms on my eye. Maybe you get it. Stopped. This stops it. The plate in the back, which is this right here, it is one of these. Okay, stops them from hitting me in the back of the neck. Got a huge bump right in the back of the neck. So what I've also discovered, there's implants there, and they're hitting it with some sort of a beam, like a laser, and the way radar works, there's two ways to do it. Either you hit it with a beam and you see what comes back, and if it's moving, if it's vibrating, then it's reacting to something. The other way you do it is you hit it with a beam and you have a receiver on the other end. I think they're using the method where they have a receiver on the other end. And the reason why is because I can block it from behind and I can block it from the front. And I find that often with a lot of cases, I feel pain over here. I can block it by putting my hand here, but if I put my hand over here, it blocks the pain also. The beam is coming and going through the body, and as long as you interrupt whatever the receiver is, then you'll block. They don't know that whether their device is working. If you feel a lot of energy, like on your root chakra, they call it, or your tailbone or that area, go like this with your hand and see if you feel energy coming from somewhere. Almost always comes perpendicular, directly in front, directly behind, or at an angle. You focus on the parts immediately in front of you and to the side. If it's in your knee, right there, right there, right there, right that way. The rest of the wall is covered because sometimes they use some sort of a wide angle. When it hits the wall, the beam scatters, and they only have to hit you with part of it. They just crank up the power, and trust me, you don't like it when they crank up the power. It's really painful when the power is cranked up, and they don't know whether or not it's working because it'll go on for hours. It's very, very painful, and then the next day they tone it down. The other thing is they will move around. If they're hitting you and then you put something there to block it, like a piece of tin, 5 minutes later it'll come from somewhere else, and then you got to move and block it from over there. Okay, so that's a trick that you can use. Uh, I use a computer, and sometimes my arm hurts when I would click on the mouse, and I thought it was because I was using the computer too much. Ends up it's this device. When I cover it with this or with something like this that I made, it's not perfect. The other one's better. Pain goes away, and then I just continue using the mouse. This actually has coins in it, and it has lids from tin cans. These are great. I highly recommend them. Okay, as I said, you don't have to, like, I have a little pain that just started over here. You don't have to, you just have to have feeling. You don't have to pinch yourself, just a little bit of feeling. And if you do find something like, let's say you use a clothespin so that it causes a constant stream of pain, it doesn't have to be tight, just mild. You would want to move it around once in a while because eventually they'll play with it and they'll figure out, well, this amount of pain is being caused by a clothespin, so they know that it's not their device. They'll find a way around it. Okay, so that's it. And I know you don't believe me, but for those of you who are suffering, try what I say. You'll find out that it's true. And it doesn't matter how much pain it is. The most painful experience I have received, just go like that, it goes away. And that's it.